Hello everyone. In continuation with the triple integrals lectures, we will be going after the lecture of differentiation for spherical coordinates. We'll be going for spherical coordinates and the questions from the triple integrals. And then as the end of the session, you'll be able to convert the Cartesian coordinates to spherical, and you are able to evaluate triple integrals over the given region of spherical. Now, first question is this. Now, if you observe this question, they have given me three different integrals. And in this triple integral, the integrals, the upper and the lower limits, they have been given. Now, if you observe the first innermost, which is x and y is present in that. Variables are z, x, and y, which is absent z. So this is for z, right? So this integral is for z equals to. Then discarded, now z is getting discarded, what the other two variables x and y. After that, the second one is 0 to square root of 9 minus y square, which is absent, x is absent. So this is for x. So I've got for x, I have got for z, I have got for x, and then the remaining is for y. Therefore my last integral is for y. So I've got this idea. Now what is this x? X is a portion of a right half of a disk of radius 3 centered at origin. Now if you'll observe, I did not say a circle, I said disk of radius 3 centered at origin. And if why, from where we have got this? We have got this from this equation. And it is from 0 to, that means no negative x is coming into the picture. Then y, again, if you observe, this limit of y is from 0 to 3. That means again this disk is in the first quadrant, because if you observe, x is from 0 to, y is also from 0 to. So this x is lying between the first quadrant. And as here we are dealing with the triple integral, we don't have a quadrant, we have an octant. So we have first octant. So the first octant we have, and this is what this area or this region is lying between the first octant. What is the range of theta? The range of theta, what is theta? Theta means it's nothing but the angle around z-axis. Angle is around z-axis, right? And what is this limit? Limit is from 0 to pi by 2. 0 to pi by 2. Why is that so? Because I am having that area, in the first octant. So that means, suppose I'm cutting an apple in 8 equal parts, and I'm taking one part of an apple, I'm keeping in x, y, z, and zx plane, which is all of them are positive. So in that way, how that x axis will move? X axis, that the angle made by that any point on this curve will the region will move from on the x axis, from positive x axis to the point from 0 to pi by 2. So theta will not go below 0, and it will not go beyond pi by 2. What is the z lower bound? If you observe, the lower bound of this z is this, which is z equals to square root of, that means z square is equals to x square plus y square, which is the upper half of a cone. It's a, you can assume an ice cream cone. This is nothing but this is cone here, and the upper bound is, the lower bound is on the cone, and the upper bound is on the sphere with this equation, x square plus y square plus z square is equals to 18. So what about the rho? Rho will move from 0 to, because it's in the first, this is what we have got it first before, that is that this lies in first octant, and therefore the rho will move from 0 to 0 to, and therefore the 0 to is 3 square root of 2. Now for the range of phi, we have got two options. There are two different ways. Let me introduce you here both the ways. First is where the cone and the sphere interact. That is, they are intersecting. How the interaction will happen or the intersection will happen? X square plus y square plus z square is 18. This x square plus y square we are combining, we are replacing this as z square. So z square plus z square, z is equals to 3. Now z is positive. Why? Because it's the upper half of a cone or now a sphere. So that means what? It's the upper half, and the region we have defined, the region we have found out, that is lies in the first octant. Therefore, my z will be positive. There will not be any chance of having my z as negative. And therefore, now my z is equals to rho cos of phi. It's been the relation between the z and rho, phi, and theta. So this is what, and just I'm putting the value rho cos of phi is equals to 3, therefore 3 square root of 2 cos phi is 3, and therefore cos of phi is this, which is nothing but I'm going to get my phi as pi by 4. So I've got it pi equals to pi by 4. Now, what is the second way? Second way is directly from the equation of a cone, we can find it out. How? That z equals to square root of x square plus y square. That is nothing but z is equals to r. Now, from what this r, it's nothing but square root of x square plus y square is the r. Very simple here. And what is this r means? Nothing but rho sine of phi. Okay, if you observe here, this is z axis, y axis, and this x axis, z, y, and this is x, and suppose this is a point p in a space, this is a line joining them, and it's a row here. If I'm putting a perpendicular from this point to the z axis, and because this is an angle phi here, we have already discussed this type of things everywhere, everything in the previous lecture, which is uh, especially for spherical polar coordinates. So this element, this is the perpendicular which I'm putting it from the point p on z-axis, is known as rho sine phi. Rho sine phi. Now, if I'm putting this perpendicular from projection of this p on this xy plane, so this is rho sine phi. So this is nothing but my rho sine phi. The same thing will happen here. So this is also, so if you'll observe, just let me just do for your sec here. Yeah, if you observe here, so this is what is rho sine of phi. Similarly, if you observe here, this is also rho sine phi, because this is a rectangle and this is the opposite sides of rectangle, they are equal, and therefore the length of this is also rho sine phi. But whenever I'm thinking about, I'm putting this perpendicular here on x-axis, this is a perpendicular on x-axis. So what is this? This is nothing but the square root of x square plus y square, because this distance is y here, okay, and this distance is x, and this is my hypotenuse. So what is this? This will come as square root of x square plus y square, which is nothing but small r, which is nothing but rho sine of phi, and therefore we have got it here, and therefore 1 is equals to tan phi, and therefore I got it my phi as pi by 4. So this is by the another method. What will happen? Then I have got an integral, because I have got all three of them. I have got phi, I got the I got the limit for phi, I got the limit for rho, as well as for theta. So I could able to see this. Now, one more thing, there is an integrand given to you here, x square plus y square plus z square. What is this? This is nothing but rho square. Rho square. I'm not putting here 16, right? I'm putting, sorry, I'm not putting here x square plus y square is z square equals to 18. I'm putting it here rho square, because I'm integrating it. It's not a constant. It is a variable. Okay, so this is one rho square from this here, and another rho square is from it's from the volume element of this, that is convergent. Again, dx dy dz is equals to rho square sine phi d phi d theta d rho. So this is what is known as an element, volume element. So this is what we have got: 0 to pi by 4, 0 to pi by 2, and 0 to 3 square root of 2. So we have done the conversion from Cartesian to polar, spherical polar. Okay, second question is, just leave this triple integral for a while. Let us see the equation of the curves here. The equations are given: x square plus y square plus z square is 16, and z is greater than or equals to 0. So now if you observe, this is a sphere with radius as 4, and this z equal greater than or equals to 0. So suppose I'm saying z equals to 0 means which plane? It's coming as x and y plane. And if I'm saying z is greater than, that means this sphere, the part of this sphere is lying above the this xy plane as well as on the xy plane, but in a positive direction. This is something like this. And so if you observe, this is what is the figure. So if you'll observe here, this is only in the positive z axis we have got a figure here. We don't have a negative part. So it's like a half cut apple. We are keeping the white face of that down on the in the plate, and the red part is nothing but this area here. What is this rho? Rho is a radius of a sphere, and we know that it's a this limit is from the every point would be the point over the surface over the surface, and how from 0 from 0 to pi by 2, because this is again in the first. So z is this is what is the, suppose this is a point P over here, this is a point P, and this is a point position vector connecting to the origin here. This is over here. This is a positive z axis here, and this is a positive z axis. What is this? This is nothing but phi here. This is nothing but phi, and therefore this angle made by this axis is for this axis made for this is 0 to 5, and therefore this is known as the phi here. And if you'll observe, therefore this will move from this point x-axis to the point up to here. What is this here? This is up to z equals, this theta equals to pi by 2, or phi is equals to pi by 2. What is the third one? Its angle we rotate around z axis, that is the theta. How the theta will complete a one complete circle, and that circle will be a one entire round, will give me 0 to 2 pi. Okay, and this is what is the Cartesian coordinates, and we are just, this is what is the convergence, we have got it, that is the conversation between the x, y, z, and rho, phi, and theta, and we'll be just putting it up over here. Okay, just by putting this, so now here we will deal with 10xz plus 3. So 10, we'll be replacing it with, now we'll be replacing this x with rho sine phi and cos theta. So this is, we are doing it, let me do that here, and z is also we are moving it accordingly. So rho cos of theta, cos of phi, and therefore the convergence you will get it from here. This is just by putting the upper and the lower limit, and then this is the next step, because we are just finding out 10 rho, and this is rho square, this is so if I'm getting multiplied with this, it is 10 rho to the power 4, and this one, because we are dealing here with rho first, we are just integrating with respect to rho, keeping phi and theta as constants. So this is what, just you go ahead with this. This is calculations part. I am not going to through with this calculation. It's extremely simple. My suggestion for you, just you pause the video for a while. Whenever the first step comes over here, just pause the video, and before going to the next step, understand and find out the next step. What would be that? Just you click it, and then you will get the answer as 128 times pi. This is the next question. This question is like this: x square plus y square plus z square is 1, and this is inside. So if you'll observe the equation number 1, the example number 1, where we have done something like this here. So the circle and the cone. So this is what, here we are dealing with the region below the sphere of radius 1 unit, and inside the cone. So if you'll observe, this is an ice cream cone, and on the top of it there is a ice cream with a round shape. So if you'll observe, this is nothing but like this. So if you'll observe here, this is what is the conical part here. Okay, and this is a cone here, and this is what is my ice cream as. Oh, this ice cream has gone down. This has melted, I guess. Yeah. So this is what is. So this is what is the sphere part and spherical part, or a sphere here, and this is what is the cone here. So since we are integrating over the portion of a sphere, we will always go for the spherical coordinates, and the limit for the rho is quite obvious. We have seen in the previous 2 examples also, this rho will move from the 0 because it's a positive. Again, the base of this cone, if you'll observe, it's in the origin here. We have already discussed this question, but just one more things I need to explain you here. So rho is between 0 to 1, and what will be theta? Theta will be again taking around z-axis, and it is taking the entire round for that sphere. So it is 0 to 2 pi. What about phi? Phi you will be getting, as I have told you in the example number 1, there are 2 ways: either directly from the cone equation of a cone, or with the interaction between the sphere and the cone, we can find out phi. So similarly, we have got it by the second way. This phi is equals to pi by 4. So this is what we have got the limits for 0 to 1 for rho, 0 to 2 pi for theta, and 0 to phi for pi by 4. These are nothing but the conversations between the Cartesian and the spherical coordinates. Just you have to put x is equals to rho sine phi cos theta and y and then z, and then the v dv as a volume. After that, this will come here. Integration 3z dv is from 0 to pi by 4. We have c the limit of this integral is from 0 to pi by 4. Understand, I just wanted to make you understand with this thing that how to take the limit, how to identify theta, phi and rho here, how to put this convergence. Now here this 3 times z, it's 3 times rho cos of phi, which is nothing but a convergence here. This is rho cos of phi, and these are what the convergence. This is rho sine phi d rho d theta d phi is nothing but my volume element and so on. And therefore after the solving this equation, this integrals, you'll be getting the answer as purposely not time on the integral part. Integral you can easily do it on your own. So always try to do that integral part on your own. Yes, but you will definitely get the full concepts, how to find out theta, how to find out phi, how to find out. So that means in short, you can refer my lectures basically on the basic concepts. This would be very very important for a particular approach of any kind of question. Whichever question you will get, you will able to solve that. I hope you all will understand this. Happy learning.